Solve the following and give our answer in the form a plus or minus b root 2, where a and b are fractions. Well, we never like dividing in mathematics. The opposite divide by x and the opposite divide by x plus 1 is I can multiply the whole equation through by x and in single brackets x plus 1. Hence, look at my first fraction. On the top, I'm going to have x multiplied by x plus 1. And on the bottom, it's still divided by single x. Looking at my second fraction here, I'm going to have negative x multiplied by, in single brackets, x plus 1 on the top. And it's still divided by, on the bottom, divided by, in single brackets, x plus 1. And that's going to equal to, on the right-hand side, I'm going to have 4x multiplied by, in single brackets, x plus 1. Look at my first fraction. The x over x will cancel, and hence I'm simply left with x plus 1. Look at my second fraction. Here I can see that x plus 1 in brackets will cancel, hence I'm just simply left with negative x. Now, on the right-hand side, I've got a single bracket. I can expand out my single bracket. The term directly outside, I multiply by each term directly inside. So 4x times x will give us 4x squared. And 4x times positive 1 will give us positive 4x. Simplifying the left-hand side, i.e. collecting like terms. Here I know that x subtract x will cancel. I'm just left with positive 1. And on the right-hand side, I still have 4x squared plus 4x. As I now have a quadratic in terms of x, I always want my quadratic to equal to 0. Hence, I'm going to be the positive 1 to the right by doing the opposite. Opposite add 1 is subtract 1 from both sides. 1 take a 1 will cancel to leave us with 0 on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I've got 4x squared plus 4x minus 1. Having 0 on the left-hand side is the same as having 0 on the right-hand side. So I'm going to rewrite my quadratic as being 4x squared plus 4x minus 1 equals to 0. Now, solving my quadratic by applying the quadratic formula, I know the value of a is the number in front of the x squared term. So in this case, a is positive 4. My value of b is the number in front of the single letter of x. In this case, b is also positive 4. And c is our number term. In this case, c is negative 1. You must always take the sign. Substituting into my quadratic formula, I know my quadratic formula starts negative b. So it's going to be negative. My b in this case is 4. So negative 4. I have plus and minus, as I have two solutions. The square root of b squared, as my value for b is 4, therefore it's going to be 4 squared. Then minus 4ac, so minus 4 multiplied by a, in this case a is 4, multiplied by c, in this case c is negative 1. And it's all divided by 2a. Well, 2a in algebra means 2 times a. In this case, 2 multiplied by a, in this case a is 4. Simplifying, on the outside I've got negative 4, leave that alone. Leave the plus and minus alone. The square root on the inside, 4 squared means 4 times 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. We know negative 4 times 4 gives us negative 16, and negative 16 times negative 1, and negative times negative gives us a positive, so therefore I get plus 16. And it's still all divided by, on the bottom, 2 times 4 gives us 8. Simplifying the roots, on the outside I've still got negative 4, plus or minus. On the inside, 16 and 16 gives us 32. And it's still all divided by 8. Once again, simplifying the root, I want to find the largest square number. That's a factor of 32, which in this case is 16. So I can write root 32 as being root 16 multiplied by root 2. Again, it's still all divided by 8. Leaving the negative 4 on the outside, leaving the plus or minus alone. I know the square of 16 is 4, hence it comes outside. So it's going to be 4 lots of root 2. And it's still all divided by 8. As it's divided by a single term, I can now split up my fraction as being negative 4 divided by 8 plus or minus 4 root 2 divided by 8. Simplifying each fraction, negative 4 divided by 8 will simplify to give us negative a half, because I'm just dividing top and bottom by 4. Plus or minus 4 root 2 over 8. Again, top and bottom are both divisible by 4. That will give us plus or minus a half lots of root 2.